Hello, and welcome to the Computer Literacy Center's online instructional videos. My name is Elizabeth Jones, and today we will use Google Slides to create a presentation. It's important to note that to use Google Slides, you must have a Google Suite account. So if you do not currently have one, be sure to set one up before going any further. We will be working out of the Start file that is available in the menu. Be sure to download this file before beginning any work. In this video, we will cover how to create a new presentation, format slides, export presentations, and present our finished project. These objectives will help us put together professional slides to present information on a specific topic. To begin, we need to have Google Slides open online. When it is open, we have a few options. First, we can create a new blank presentation that we can add themes to. Themes are a mix of various background colors and fonts to make the presentation interesting and pleasing to the eye. Second, we can create a new presentation using a template. Templates are the use of themes and added icons, images, text boxes, diagrams, and so on. And third, we can open a saved project we have edited previously. Let's begin by browsing the template gallery. Again, templates can make the whole creation process easier and faster. We can view the gallery by clicking on the Template Gallery button at the top right-hand corner. There are multiple genres of templates that we could use. We can go ahead and return to the Google Slides homepage. Now we will create a new presentation from scratch. Click on the Blank Presentation option. This will open up to a blank white title page. Over on the right-hand side of the screen are various options for themes. Scroll down and select the Tropic theme to give it a simple and modern look. Now we will add some new slides to see how the theme is applied to the different layouts. To do this, go up to the top left-hand corner to the New Slide with Layout button. This can be seen as an arrow next to the New Slide button. Click on the arrow to open a drop-down menu. This shows us the different slides that we can choose from. Let's add in a title and body slide, a title and two columns slide, and a section header slide. These new slides will appear on the left-hand side of the screen on the Slides panel. After we have created our new presentation, we can start to format our slides. This means adding our information and customizing our slides. We will be making a presentation about Weber State University, so go ahead and make the title say Weber State University by clicking in the title text box on the first slide. We can then click inside the subtitle text box and add our name. To make this presentation easy to find in our Google Drive, click on Untitled Presentation at the top of the screen and give it the same title. One of the tools that we can use is the ability to change the background and the colors of the theme. To do so, go up to the menu bar and select Background. This will open a pop-up menu with three options. First, the color option. This allows us to change the background colors. Second, the image option. This allows us to make an image or a picture the background. And the third option is to reset back to the default theme colors. Since our presentation is about Weber State University, let's make the main theme color purple. To do so, click on the color option, then click on the Edit button next to the theme colors. This opens a panel on the right-hand side of the screen. Click on Choose a Theme Color, and a list of all the colors this particular theme uses will pop up. There are many options, but we only need to change a couple for our small presentation. We will change Accent 1 and Accent 3. Click on Accent 1 to pull up the color menu. We will use the color hex code EC803A to slightly change the title font color. Click on Accent 1 again, then select Accent 3. Use hex code 492365 to change the visible colored background on all of our slides. These are the only colors that matter for our few slides, so we can now close the panel. Now it is time to add our information. Go to the second slide and change the title to Weber at a Glance. In the Start file, copy the information under the Weber at a Glance section, then paste it into the bottom text box. On the third slide, give it a title of In-State versus Out-of-State. Go back to the start file and copy the in-state information and paste it in the left text box. Then copy the out-of-state information and paste it in the text box on the right. On the last slide, type "Thanks for listening." This will help let our audience know that the presentation is over. Staying on our last slide, let's move the text box down into the purple half of the slide. Just click on the box to select it, then click and drag. Another tool that we can use is the Insert Image tool. Go to the top of the screen, select the Insert tab, and select Image. This opens a drop-down menu with a few options. Option 1 is to open an image that we have downloaded on our computer. Option 2 is to open an image from the internet. Option 3 is to open an image from our Google Drive. There are a few other options as well. We will use option 2 and open an image from the internet. Once selected, a side panel will open on the right and allow us to search for an image. Type in Weber State University logo. Select the first image that shows up, then press Insert. The logo is now inserted on our current slide. To change the logo size, simply click on it to select the image, then click and drag the corners of the image. Make it a decent size and center it on the top half of the slide. Now let's use another tool to help point out some key parts of information. Go to the In-State versus Out-of-State slide, return up to the Insert tab, and hover the mouse over the Shape option. Move the mouse over to the Arrows option, then select the first arrow. Our cursor is now a crosshair, which means that we can now draw our shape. Just click and drag, and the shape will start to expand. You can make this arrow as short or as fat as you want. Once the shape is to your liking, just release the mouse. We can now copy and paste this arrow 3 times. Move 2 arrows to the top lines of information and the other 2 to the bottom lines of information. These arrows point out the differences between the 2 schooling options. Now that we have our presentation done, a helpful tool that Google has for us is to export the presentation into different formats. To export, go up to the File tab, then go down to the Download option. Hovering our cursor over Download will bring up a drop-down menu with some different options that we can choose from. The most popular formats are Microsoft PowerPoint and PDF document. Clicking on one of the options will automatically download the presentation to your computer in the specified format. Since this feature can convert our presentation into different formats, this makes our projects highly versatile. Our final objective is to understand how to present our finished product. There are a few things we can do here. First, if we click on the Present button in the top right-hand corner of the screen, it will bring us into presentation mode from the slide that we are currently on. This means that if we are on slide 3 and click on the Present button, it will start from slide 3. This is helpful if we want to start our presentation from a particular slide. Generally, we will want to begin our presentation from the beginning. We can go to our beginning slide and then press the Present button, or we can click on the drop-down arrow next to it and select Present from Beginning. This will bring us into presentation mode at the very beginning of our project. We can click on the navigation arrows in the bottom left-hand corner to move through our slides, or we can use the left and right arrow keys on the keyboard. Using either of these methods will take us back and forth between slides. Once we are finished presenting, there are 2 ways that we can close out of the presentation screen. The first way is to press the Stop Presenting button on the navigation panel. The second way is to press the Escape key on the keyboard. Either way will close the presentation screen and return to the editing screen. In this video about Google Slides, we covered how to create presentations, format slides, export our presentations, and how to present them. These tools provide a foundation for working with and using Google Slides to create presentations. For more computer literacy videos, visit our website at weber.edu/CLC.